Right, so this time we're going to be fitting one of these bad boys. So Ramair, I guess induction filter cone system. Basically a better breathing thing than the stock system, which if you remember from an earlier video, which I'll show now, this is where the air filter housing is. So you can see some lovely wires holding it on, cable tie. There's a cable tie here going to around whatever that is. There's a bit of duct tape on the end. So this replaces that, and obviously needs some connection pipe. So I measured up the system first, and 57mm internal diameter pipe. So this will go on the throttle body and bend around. I need to cut this down. Then I realised it's the right size for one end, but the wrong size for the other. So now we have this, which will go on here. Will be great. And then one other thing is there's a return pipe out the crank to just vent. So we need one of these to go on there rather than just cutting a hole and running the pipe back into here, because otherwise it just circulates all the stuff back in, which is great for emissions, not great for your engine. So yeah, let's go do that. Right, here we go. Where's the Twingo gone? You can see the remains of it. So yeah, as you can see, the Twingo is not here because it is hiding down next door's drive. And that's because this is finally getting block paved over, so it's not going to be like this anymore. This is actually the best it's been for a while. We've not had some rain for a few days, so it's dried out, but this was up to the rims in places, and it's very clay soil around here, and it's just not very nice. And putting this on there instead just churns it up with these tyres coming on and off every day. Can't really put the Skoda on there because it's not a car designed to go off-road, neither is the Twingo. But seeing as this one got the less use, it made the most sense to be there. But that just meant every time I needed to work on anything, I needed to move it here, which is a pain. And it will just add some value to the house by having essentially a 3-car driveway. So yeah, got to wait for that to be done now, and then we'll crack on with it. Ready for it to all be extended and integrated. Maybe I should take this on a track day. A few horsepower in this. Well, that's the sub base down. It's actually we didn't think it was going to make that much more space, but I reckon you could put a Twingo there and a Twingo here, or one very big long camper van or something on the drive. It's very deceiving actually how large it is. Right, so we'll finish that off tomorrow. She's back, which means one thing: this is now done. All this extra room to work on cars. It's gonna be great. So let's crack on with this. Alright, so what we need to do, I've undone this a little bit, but let's take this off. Oh, it's windy. Need to unbolt all of that, get rid of all of that, and we need to adjust our silicone hose to fit in that gap. Right, so we'll do a quick unscientific noise test from before. So this is it idling. And then we'll do it from the outside. Just have to get out of the car, which is hard to do. Now I've got bucket seats. car to me. Right, let's go change it. Right, so this is the one we need to use because it's the different size, which that's the size for the filter. That's the size for throttle body. This is the one I ordered by mistake. So we're going to use this one as the sacrificial one to work out how much we need to cut down here to make it fit in the space we have. So you need a very sharp knife for this, and then just go whoosh, cut through there. You don't use a saw or anything because it's got a reinforcing fabric in there and it'll make a mess. Right, that's off. Still looking clean. See if this is a tight enough bend to get it around there. I think that'll work. It's got a bit of flex, so we'll then have the filter on there, clamp over the top. Should be good. I don't know why I always do these things when it rains, but it is. Right, just tested that clamp can be reused on there. That's all good. This is what it was. So we also need to put to the filter the crankcase breather. There's a pipe that in there somewhere. Put all that back on to a separate filter rather than just pumping it back in here. Right, just move this out of the way for some space. I need to unbolt that to get it out of the way. And you can see here's the crankcase breather. So hopefully that will just pull off and then this will slide back on. Right, so that does not fit. If I can turn on the light, we can look in here. Yeah. So here is where it bolts on, and you can see it's right next to this. So what we have to do is just get come on, focus, a little joiner, reuse this pipe just to extend it out, and then that can dangle around. But for now, we'll just run it without it. Right, so in the time it's taken to just mess around with that, I've already lost the Jubilee clip off there, so I need to go get a new one of those. I'm pretty sure I dropped it down here, which went straight out the bottom of the car, down the drain. So that's good. But that's on, that's not going anywhere for now. It's only going to get moved around on the drive, so make sure I clip that up before we go anywhere. Right, so that's test fitting all done. This really doesn't work too well. Like a 90 degree, probably need to be 120. But now we need to take all this off. Also taking this off, and before everyone goes, oh, that's a cold air intake, it's going to be a hot air intake with the engine. Yes. But this will come back. Oh look. What are the chances of that? That surprised me. What was I saying? This will come back, and then I'll just have a very short feed to there, just to blow the air in. I mean, this is good enough to get air in the engine normally. In fact, that's probably just going to chuck the air in anyway. And what I'll do is I will drill some holes in there to get even more air. So, right, take this back off, put this back on again then. Right, it's stopped raining, so let's... on from inside. Can't hear it from inside, but you can hear it from outside.
Don't forget to like the video, and if you've enjoyed the content, subscribe to the channel. Once you've done that, make sure you hit the notification bell and set it to all so you don't miss any future episodes. If you want to support the channel even more, there is a Patreon, various levels, and they all have different reward tiers such as YouTube credits and even having your name or logo written on the car. Lastly, there is a merch store where you can pick up some cool CrewTube or Project Twingo merch. There's mugs, there's t-shirts, there's all sorts, all colours. Link in the description below for all these.
Right, so we now have a nice little pipe joiner, which is total overkill for this, but that basically goes in here. And you can see the flanged edges mean that when this is in and I do that Jubilee clip up, it ain't coming off, so we'll get this on, tightened up, the other end tightened up, and job done. There we go, that's in there. I've not put a Jubilee clip on this yet because I need to take all this out first. So we'll do that. Then we'll find a new place to tie this onto. This is still good though. Got a bit of water here. Guessing the old scuttle paddle leak. Needs some more fixing. Yep, more water on the brake as well. So this is what caused the beeping. See, that is all soaked. So I need to figure out where that is coming in and sort that out. Probably through there. Then onto that, dribble down here. Cause lots of short circuits. Right, so it's time to take off 10 million cable ties that were put on here in a previous video. And this pretty much just holds all this together. Maybe there's another. And then this falls off and gets stuck in here from memory. So we'll figure out what we have to do to get that out again. I think the proper method is take the coil pack off and then you've got the space. Right, in typical fashion it's now starting to rain, but these 4 bolts are undone on the coil pack. I'm going to gently try and move this out of the way. Right, so that's unclipped. Now hopefully there's enough space. Oh, it's almost like it's meant to happen. One bit, and then I unclip the other bit. 2 bits. 2 straps, one of which is stuck in. There we go. That's the broken air filter housing and air filter. Now I'll just put all this back together. Right, so that's that removed. Tons of space back here now. All that was a T30 Torx, 4 of them on the coil pack. Undo that, stick this in. We've got the filter here, which I'm just going to cable tie up to something back here to keep it safe. And yeah, we'll do that and then we'll take it for a drive. Right, just cable tied that up there so it's just not flopping around on the exhaust manifold at the back. Right, let's go take it for a drive. Had some minor fun this morning where the clutch just entirely stopped working. Left it for half an hour and it's fine again now, so the wife is on speed dial in case that manifests itself again. Feel slippery. We're not slipping, it's just doesn't
quick 0 to 60, if we can fit it in the gap. Standard. I think the previous time I had it on 13 seconds. I will explain in the VO, which I will play now. Right, so when I first showed this clip, this was a 13.1 second 0 to 60, which I thought was pretty good. However, it was recorded at 50 FPS, not 30 FPS, so the timing was off. It was actually 15 and a bit. So with that corrected, I've not actually lost 3 seconds. It's all around the 15-16 second, and this was actually with the old skinny lighter tyres, so again around average. I did have a load of wheels getting low, so maybe knock a second off. 16 is what the manufacturers say it does by default.